Hey guys, this is Richard Lewis with Discovery Farms. We're going to talk about the things that you're going to need in a country for any trauma or medical emergencies that you may have. In front of me, I have, this was my first medical kit. In this bag, I came from Alaska with this bag. And as I build it up, make it much more how we want it for the country, I realized it's too small. So I moved to a much bigger bag, which it's by Kemp Professional. It's a smaller version of what we had in the ambulance, but the pockets, I bought it because it's similar. The pockets, everything, you can designate where you want your trauma supplies. So the top, I have my trauma. In the front, I have some IV stuff. On the side, I have my combat trauma tourniquet and different stuff everywhere. And I have some medications on top, just for if I get sick or if my kids get sick, you know, I can administer a little bit of Tylenol or something. So you need, and also in front of me, you need an AED. And I recommend, guys, that you find your local fire department. And these guys, they do training all the time, the public safety, and they do training, and you want to contact them to see if they have like a ETT, a emergency trauma technician class, or an EMT class, EMT basic. And if you are thinking about going to the country, these are skills that you're going to need to have when you go into the country, okay? So I'll just open these and show you guys. I'm not going to go full in-depth of what I have in these bags. This, I have just some little bit of supplies in here. So if I'm going on a road trip, like from here, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, I will just throw this in the back of my truck. And so I have some basic stuff. It's like some, so inside of this bag, I mean, I have some basic stuff like Band-Aids and some 4x4s. You know, I have some gloves. Not much stuff, you know. I got your roll-on gauze and let's see. I'm gonna switch this camera around so you can have an overhead look of what is inside here. So just give me a chance. And this here, you know, these guys, these things here, these are crucial. So this is called C-Locks, and basically it's for blood clots and stuff like that. So if you have like a penetration wound, like a knife injury or a gunshot, something in your leg, in your arms, even in your chest or someplace, these things you can, this here is like a syringe, and you have the stopper, and it basically has an end here, a rubber end, and you put it in, you plunge it like a syringe, and you push it inside of the wound. You got to be careful, because I've seen a nurse, we had a trauma call, and I've seen a nurse where he didn't know how to properly use this, and then he had it upside down like this with the end facing down, and basically when you put a plunger in, everything just came out. So when you put a plunger in, you gotta have it up, and you put a plunger in, or sideways, and then you have it up, carried facing up, because the minute you turn it down, everything goes. So you just put it inside of your chest or your arm or your leg or whatever, and when you plunge in, you gotta plunge and you pull out as you're plunging, and all this granule stuff in there is like a blood clot kind of thing. So you would, and you also have like it's like little salt, so you just pour it on the injury and it immediately clots. So if you have a bad arterial bleed or something, that'll get it. So this one is not what I want to focus on today, because again, I replaced this one for this one. In here I just have some more gauze and stuff, overflow gauze, and just more roll-ons and stuff, just for trauma supplies. This is like a backup bag, so we're gonna put this to the side. Again, I decided to go with an AD, and I chose this AD for several reasons. It's small, compact, and you might think the battery lasts for 4 to 5 years in this ADs. You know, you open it up, and it's a very small. It's a small AD. This AD, you don't have to worry about, you know, trying to open the pads and open the wrapper and everything. And everything is here. Everything here is good. Also, you have a child key. This is good because you don't have to worry about replacing it with a child pad. So you just put the key in here and you turn. I don't think you turn. Just put a key in there and you'll know that it's a child key. I'll turn it on. Turn the AD on. You do stuff. So the AD is good.
Apply pads to patient's bare chest.
Okay, I'm going to put a child key in right now.
Infant child mode. Look
Set.
carefully at the screen for infant child pad placement.
So it's a very good AD, and the reason why.
Adult mode. Apply pads to patient's infant. Adult mode. Apply pads to patient's bare chest.
Okay. So that is that. Let's turn it off. And also this device here has the capability of showing you a normal sinus
Apply
meter.
pads.
I'll turn it off. And when you turn it off, it shows battery is full. If you have a data card, you can put a data card in there. And while you're doing compressions, it would show you the depth, and it will also show you the wave, the heart wave, the sinus wave, and everything. So it says shutting down right now. I'll say turn off and turn off. So, and you don't have to mess with any pads. You don't have to take anything out. Everything is perfect. I bought this device not brand new. It was refurbished from the manufacturer. And again, a lot of times these devices may not even go into service. We had, I think we still have in my last, my department. Let me turn this off. So just in case, let me turn this off. This little thing, I love this little thing because back in my department, I used to have it on my shoulder, like right here. And for any accidents, anything like that, just press it. And you know, you can turn in whatever direction, whatever you want. So this little thing is really good. It's from a company. It's cost $99 though, but it served me well. So this is my little thing. Anyway, let's move to this one here. So this is the big granddaddy. This is the one that, you know, it's great. It's perfect. So what do I have in this bag? In this bag, starting from the front. In the front, I have some of my and all of these materials here, guys. You can buy this on a website called Boundtree. So I have my IV start kits and, you know, my lancets, my needles. This is my trauma shares. With this bad boy, you have, for the guys who work in the fire department or the ambulances or a nurse, this here is a seatbelt cutter. You cut the seatbelt, this little rectangular shape right here, it is a oxygen opener. So you open the oxygen tank, and we close it by pressing this little latch right here, close it in. You open it up. This here cuts like, I don't know, but you can have like the toughest jeans pants ever, and this would rip through jeans pants like nothing. It's really good. It's really good. And the end here has a window breaker, so you can break a window with it. So I keep this in here because I came from the fire department with this, and you know, so it stays here, so just in case any trauma, I know where is it at. I have some little alcohol pads, or you know, some flushes, right here. Have a bio bag, some bio bag, a little bit of Band-Aid, nothing much, you know, some Band-Aid here. But I also have my little old ham radio. So just in case I'm driving in the back country or something, no cell phone signal, I can reach someone with this radio. It's an amateur radio. With this, you need a license for this. If you're thinking, guys, thinking about your amateur license, I just have, because I have this one, and I also have, set this one here. Also have another one here that I keep on me. So this one is another one. It has a longer antenna, kind of banded up here. I don't know if the battery's good. So this is great. This is a multi-band radio, and again, all of this stuff you can get on the FRS band, the GMRS band, the ham band, the 2 meters, and different band. I don't know if this one has battery also. Nope, the battery's dead. And the good thing about these here, you can put regular AA batteries in here. So but anyway, this is where I keep this one in my medical bag, and I have some batteries just in case it dies, you know, just put some batteries in there. So let me turn this one off. All right, closing this off. Let's do the sides. On this side here, I have my glucometer, so I can check the blood sugar. My Lancet is this kind. It's not too fancy, but I don't too much like these Lancets, because you basically gotta hold it and just poke it. I don't like those. I like the auto jet that you just put and you just press a button and it gets to you. So I have this one, the roll-on. So that's I have in this pocket. In this pocket, oh, got my all fire department tags here. Memories, guys, memories. In here, got my combat tourniquet. Guys, this is really good, and all of this you can buy on Boundtree. The combat tourniquet here, it works really well. It's different to a regular tourniquet. So you close up anywhere you want. So if I have an arterial bleed right here, close this off, and I'll turn this little toggle right here until I start losing feelings in my hands, or until you stop seeing the blood spurting out. And then after you turn it to where you want it, you will then latch it in this little latch right here. And after you latch it in there, you have this right here, cover it up. It also says time right here. So you mark the time down when you apply the tourniquet, so when this person gets to the help that they need, the doctor would know, okay, this tourniquet has been on the arm for 2 hours, so they've had little blood in this arm for like 2 hours, and you can see my blood my vein is rising up because I have it on too tight. Not too tight, but that's where you want it. So I have this in here just in case of any major trauma, anything like that. In here, we talked about the C-locks, and I have 2 syringes here. We have says this is a clot bleeding control dressing. So this is a type of clot here. So you just apply the clot over to the blood, whatever laceration, whatever injury or the puncture you have. So after you put this inside you would apply this cloth over it and you wrap it with a dressing roll. So I have this also, and we have this here is a chest seal. So let's say someone got a punctured lungs and they're losing air, so you can just slap this over the chest and you can remove the valve, just bleed out some air. But this is kind of major EMT type of work that we're talking about here, and a lot of you guys wouldn't know what I'm talking about, or a lot of you guys would. If you're a nurse, an EMT, or some kind of first responder, you might have this in, like police officers might have these little stuff inside of their first aid kit, okay? Because, you know, these guys work with bad guys every day, and they might get shot, and they might have to dress themselves. So, oh, let me put this back. I mentioned that I was not going to go in detail with this thing here, but I guess, oh well. And to the top. And to the top, I have my trauma supplies. So I have my 4x4s. Also, I recently bought this because if you have a laceration, you can, it's like a suture closer. It's called Closex. So you apply it over, and there's like a zip tie from the first position you apply it, and you close it, then it's complete. So it's supposed to basically do a good job. And inside of here, I think three comes in a package. So I bought 2, so there's 6 inside here. I'll show you what it looks like. So basically it looks like this, you know, and then you have the blue side and the clear side, so you just like shoop, and you basically look a little zip tie, but it's not a zip tie, which is good. So close this back. So you gotta be ready for whatever trauma, whatever medical stuff that's happening. And again, I bought this on Boundtree. Oh no, I bought this on Amazon. Yeah, so that's that for my trauma supplies. Inside here, go to the medical side. Right, inside here I have all my used medication that I used in the past, you know, even down to my medications that I can get over the counter. So I got some bun dressing, some numb, so I got a little bit of lidocaine, I got some antibiotics, I got my epinephrine for allergies, I got Narcan for if I'm driving someplace and someone OD'd on some heroin, I gotta administer some Narcan, because we have the aerosol that you can push up to the nose. And in the state of Alaska, they came one day, the state came in and they gave us a whole bunch of Narcan. So I got that, a lot of these stuff. You know, you got to save your medication, because we're going into a time where we would not be able to get the necessity that we need. Even little life preventing kind of medication you won't be able to get. So any of your old medications that you have, I recommend, guys, that you store it, you save it. I used to work in a pharmacy one time, and all the medication were expired, and I asked the pharmacist, what you gonna do with this medication? He's like, we'll send it back to the manufacturer. Okay, what are you gonna do with the medication when you send it back to the manufacturer? They said, like, well, I'm an counsel for one of the big name pharmaceutical companies. And he's like, well, what they usually do, they just package it and they send it to a third world country, someplace, because the medication still have its efficacy. It might lose maybe 10% of efficacy, and you can still use it. They put a triangular band on them and they can have their hands up. And these are basic stuff, guys. I even have a Sam Splint right here. I bought this Sam Splint on the website of Boundtree. In here I have some BVM for CPR. If I'm using the AD, I can use BVM to administer the air. because I am not doing mouth to mouth. If it's my family or someone that I know that is down and I'm doing CPR, then I'll do mouth to mouth. But other than that, no sirree. This is an abdominal pad, so if someone have a big injury or big wound or something, you can put an abdominal pad and this will soak up a lot of the blood. And if you using this, they better be on an IV, because this is going to soak up a lot of blood, and you lose blood, you got to be giving them some kind of liquid. I got some IV supplies here. I got a hot and cold pack right here, just in case, you know, need to go that route. I even have my pulse oximetry right here. So little pulse oximetry, you can check the person's pulse to see where they at in oxygen supply, if they need oxygen, if they're hypoxic or not. I have my little blood pressure cuff right here. Check the blood pressure to see if they're hypertensive or not, and my yeah. Anyway, I think that's about it for this medical kit, guys. And again, I'm an EMT, so this is stuff that I'm accustomed to using in the field. I picked this up at CVS, so a little bit of first aid antibacterial spray. So you're going to the country, guys. We don't know what can happen in the country, so this is almost like you're prepping for the worst, and you just got to make sure that you have everything that you need, everything that you not want but you're going to need. For us, I know we're going to be having a lot of people on our property, so we basically have making sure I have the basic necessity that we're going to use, just in case someone jump and they fall, they break a leg, or they have some kind of arterial bleed and you need to stop the blood. So guys, that's all I have. My medical kit might be different, and just the same, your medical kit might be different, but please make sure that you have everything that you're going to need for your family, because when you go into the country, you're by yourself, and a lot of time maybe somebody might come visit you, somebody might come up to your place. So get the stuff that you're going to need, have them on supply. You may not ever use it, but you want to make sure that it's there just in case of an emergency. So that's my off-grid country living medical kit, guys. Stay blessed, be safe, and make sure you prepare for the coming of Christ, and be sure that everything it's ready for his cause.